afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Eppy. So I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday, and today is day 7 of our 2-week challenge, so we only have a few more days left. So let's finish out strong. So hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know in the chat. Welcome everyone who's just filing in. We've got Ruth, Rosie, Celine. Awesome, everyone. Welcome. Say hey in the chat, and I will answer any of your questions that you have over there. So let's go ahead and hop on over to Behance, and we can get started. As always, this is behance.net/challenge/XD. And if you are not already registered, go ahead and sign up by clicking this big blue button right there. And that way, each day at 8 a.m., you'll get notified that there's a new challenge over here and that you should come on over and check it out. So how these challenges work, every day I'm live at 2 p.m. Pacific, and you can check on back here and during the stream, design a new design right along with me, and I will give you the prompt each day. So this is what we've been working on, all of these. Yesterday, we worked on the Discover page for a social media app, and we used stacks for that. And I'll be looking at some of you guys' designs from that one towards the end of this stream today. So I've already got a few pulled up there. But today, what I want you to focus on is the search engine. So we're going to design an open tabs sort of page for a search engine. Think of like on your mobile device, and if you're looking through Safari or something, any kind of search engine really, and you see all of your tabs open. And this is a really great way of using 3D Transform. 3D Transform is one of my favorite things to do in XD, so this is going to be a fun one. So yeah, use 3D Transforms to simulate a 3D experience where each page is opened. So if you want to grab the starter file, just hit get started right there, and it will, I'm in the way, but it'll download right there for you. And this is what that looks like. And of course, I don't give you all of my colors and stuff because I encourage you guys to just use this document as inspiration, but come up with your own. So that's the starter file. Let's see, I will give you the sneak peek of the final result. So this is the final result. We're going to do some sort of search engine here. This is like the home page. I went a little wild with the colors on this one. And you know, you search for something. Maybe we're searching for ballet shoes, and then we want to see all of the tabs open and be able to look through, maybe close a few of them, maybe go back to the previous one. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working with 3D Transform and Auto Animate today. So yeah, that's the starter file. As always, if you want feedback on your work, you can hop on up here. So we've got a link to Discord right here, or you can just go to this site. This is bit.ly/XD Discord, and you can check out our awesome XD community. So this is Discord. If you just want to see what everyone else is working on, get some inspiration, you can do that here. This was a design from a few days ago. We worked on the coffee sort of app, filling up different ingredients and stuff. So that was a really fun one. But yeah, see what everyone else is working on over here. And if you would like feedback, we've got a bunch of mentors who are over here, and we'll give you some feedback. So yeah, check out all of these different tabs over there. All right, so let's go ahead and hop right into our design. And yes, okay, so 3D Transform. So that's gonna be over here in this little panel. And you don't have to have anything specific selected. Like yesterday with the stacks, you had to have like 2 elements grouped together in order to see the stack information appear. But here, you can select any item. Doesn't have to be anything special like text or whatever in order to see that. So you'll come over here and just press this little cube icon, and it will turn on and off. You'll know it's on if the box is selected. And then you'll see a few more options right here. So we've got the option to turn your object on the X rotation, on the Y rotation, and on the Z rotation. So Z can be a little tricky sometimes, especially if we have a bunch of different items layered, but I'll get into that in just a second. So yeah, let me turn that off for now. But here's some inspiration. I mean, you know what this looks like a bunch of tabs open in your mobile device, you know, on Google or Safari, something like that. And we've got the resource booklet as always. And then down here, the tip of today, basically I already went through it, just to turn 3D transform on and off. Over here, you can show and hide the X, Y, and Z options. But yeah, feel free to read through some more of these. And if you want more information, I've got this article specifically all about 3D transform down there. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So again, today I am using an iPhone XS size. So artboard icon over here, and I'm just tapping iPhone XS. And again, if you want to do some other size, you can just click and drag or choose a different mobile size. I would recommend not doing desktop for this particular one, just because that's not the usual interaction for like opening tabs, but you could maybe do it on watch. It might be a little tricky to show a bunch of tabs all at once, but that would be fine too. Okay, so I've got a ton of icons saved over here, so let's get started. So at the top, I wanted to do something kind of similar to how Google has all their colors for different like documents and video and like email and stuff. So I wanted to do kind of a play on that. So at the bottom of this search engine, I'm going to just display a few of those colors. Going for super bright today. So down here, maybe we could display like email, could be the green one, maybe what else? Video could be yellow. Let's change this to yellow. Oops. The background to yellow. Maybe we've got a pink, and that could be, let's see, like, that one's too small. Documents. That will be about good, I think. And I can add some text down here. So this is like the home page of our search. So, I mean, if you wanted to just have just like the search bar like Google has, that's fine. I just wanted to add a little bit more info because I think it'd be a little sad and empty without anything else. So I think these need a circle, some kind of contrast behind them. So let's add that. I can send this a little down. Cool. And then just like clicking on any of these would take you to the video or email app. You get the idea. Oh wait, this is email. Why did I say docs? Email, video, kind of like Google Hangouts or Google Meet or whatever. And this one, send that backwards. This one can be documents. And maybe just one more. We'll just kind of have it fallen off the edge a bit there. So it looks like you can kind of scroll through all of those. Okay, cool. So that looks good. Let's group all of those. We of course need a search bar. That would probably be the first thing you should do here. But, you know, I just wanted to go for the colors first. So let's add a search. Get our search icon. Drag that right there. And I don't know, just like try to do something a little different because there's so many search pages, so many search bars that are just kind of the same. So I'd love to see how you guys can get creative with this today. And we're gonna search for ballet shoes. So maybe we're like in the middle of searching for ballet shoes. So this part would be the recommended second part of what we're searching for. And then we would have our little line here for typing. Let's bring that size up just a bit. Cool. All right, so there's our search bar. Bring that down a bit. Awesome. That looks good. I'm just gonna group all of that. What else? Maybe the weather. And I don't want to spend too much time on this page because I want to really get into the tabs, the 3D, but we got to have something on this page. And I'll do like the weather here. Just kind of like whatever temperature. Oh shoot, I don't remember what the degree symbol is, but I'll just leave it as a star. There's some shortcut for that, for the degree symbol. I think it's like Shift Command, let me see, Shift Command 8? No, that's not it. That's fine, we'll just leave it like that. All right, maybe a little weather icon over here. That would look nice. And we can just kind of center that. Cool. And then maybe down here we could have some trending hashtags. I'm gonna leave it blank for now, and if we have some extra time, we can add that again at the end, but it looks okay for now. And a little menu icon, of course. Okay, so let's say we've got our main search page, and then when we click on ballet shoes or whatever we're searching for, we get to the actual search results page. So that we could copy probably both of those up there, that little menu bar and our kind of branding with the rainbow on the top. And let's copy our search bar. But this time it would be totally filled out. So let's just say it's not gray anymore right there. Maybe we like make this a little bit shorter, bring that up a bit. And here we can just have a repeat grid. Over here, we'll make a list of a bunch of different images of ballet shoes. So I'm gonna make one box over here, change the color just so we can see it a little better. And I'll round the corners, and then we can come over here to our repeat grid, and we can very quickly make a ton of copies of this. So let's kind of drag this down. I'm just gonna do 8 for now. That's fine, but if you wanted to be able to like scroll through all of these, all you would do is select the whole artboard and then drag this down a little bit more. But that is fine for me. And then I have a bunch of images of ballet shoes that I just got from Adobe stock. So let's go ahead and send that all the way to the back, and then we can mask those photos within each of these rectangles. So that's Shift Command M to mask. And I'll just pull a few of these on and mask those. And we've got this one. This is such a beautiful picture. I used to dance when I was younger, but I wish I kept up with it. Haven't done it in a while. I did jazz and ballet, but that was a long time ago. All right, let's move this over a bit. Maybe we can resize this a little. And I only have four images actually, so I'm just gonna do a repeat grid of these 4 just to kind of fill it out a bit. Okay. And then one thing to note with 3D Transform is that I noticed that it doesn't do too well with repeat grid. So I recommend ahead of time, if you do have a repeat grid, just ungroup it first before you start going into prototype mode and like adding a bunch of wiring it up first. So that's what I would recommend. Okay, and then up here, let's add a line for choosing between like images and search and video and all that. So we've got video, like videos of ballet, maybe shopping. And this one I'm making more bold because that's maybe the category that we have selected. And I'll just add this little black rectangle below it so we know that one is selected. Kind of center that. What else? Images. And search icon. Just like the regular search. And then what we can do here is select all of these. I want to bring this over just a bit. And then we can come over to our align tools, and I can align this along horizontally and vertically. So those are perfectly spaced out. That looks nice. What else? Maybe the amount of results. So I'll say like 45,000 results up at the top here. And the font that I'm using today, this is called Arborea. I really like this one. And I'll say like how we want to filter this, so maybe by trending or popular ballet shoes. And a little drop down to be able to change that if we want. Try to align that with the edge of this right here. This I think I'll bring down, let's see, 15 or so. Okay, that looks nice. And then maybe a few of these could be like, have the little shopping tag on them. So I'll just add this little tag. We can add a rectangle behind this. Okay. And just kind of center that. No border. All right, so Command G to group that. And then I'll just copy like a few of these elsewhere. Okay, so that looks good. Now what I want to do, let's bring all this up just a touch. Okay. So on this next page, this is where I want to show a bunch of our tabs, sort of like 3D, kind of like a filing folder. So what I want to do here is make sure this is all contained within one rectangle, so I don't want like anything falling off like right here. So what I want to do is add a white box behind this, behind everything. So I'll send to all the way in the back, and then I'll group all of this, Command G to group, and then I'll copy that same size box, and I want to mask everything there. So now if I click on it, nothing's kind of falling off, because when I come over here, what I want to do is just copy this whole thing, paste this over here, and before we start resizing this, we want to make sure responsive resize is off, but we can drag this down a bit to whatever size you want, and then center that, and then we can come over here, like I mentioned, to 3D transform. Just tap that, and now you'll see we've got this little blue, like arrows sort of icon that appears in the center of it. And you can either adjust the X, Y, and Z axis from here. For this, you don't really need to do left and right. I mean, if you come up with something creative that does use it, that's cool. But for this particular instance, we're just gonna use this one. Or you can do it manually over here. And so that looks good. Maybe I'll go in and just kind of round the corners a bit. Yep. And then I want to, let's turn this off. And we can just use a repeat grid to kind of copy a few extras of this. So let's come up here, repeat grid, and then I'll just drag this down. And where is the little pink thing? So we want these kind of close, something like that. And let's just make maybe like that many, and I'll ungroup those. Okay. And if you're having troubles with this top item being like in front of or behind certain objects that you don't want it to be layered in front of or behind, make sure you come over here into your Z axis, and you want this number to be higher than whatever it's behind. So for instance, like this, if I would make it 1, it would now appear on top of this one. So they're all 0, so that's fine and that'll work. But just something to keep in mind. And then we want to make a menu bar down here. And maybe we can add some options like a back arrow like a save or a bookmark and a delete. So let's align all of these horizontally and vertically. Awesome. And I'll Command G to group that. And if you want to be able to scroll through all of these, make sure you come over here to fix position when scrolling and just check that on. So that way, when you preview this and you kind of scroll through all of your tabs, this will stay in the correct spot. And it looks like I need to move it down just a touch because I saw some other pixels behind that. Okay. And then I actually want to copy a few more of these and oops. Yeah, let's copy a few of these, copy and paste, and I'll bring these down in front of that other one. Okay. So now we can kind of scroll through all of these. And if we want to animate this artboard to this artboard, what we do is come over here to prototype, and then just to keep it kind of easy, I mean, ideally you would like swipe up on here, but I'm just going to select the whole artboard and drag this over here. And then we would do a tap trigger and make sure it's on auto animate right here. And I would keep the duration for something kind of longer just so we can see like exactly what's going on. So like one second or so would be good. 0.3 seconds would be a little bit too quick. But then we can come over to preview, and if we tap, we see we've got a very nice little auto animate, so it kind of slides into place there. And we can scroll through all of these. You also might want to add, like, instead of the menu icon right here, you could add a close icon. But yeah, so then maybe if we want to go backwards, we could select that same layer or same card right there and drag that whole card, drag that trigger back to the previous artboard. And same thing, we could do a tap trigger and auto animate. So let's preview that again. So it goes back. So maybe we need to tap from the first artboard to the second one. So this one doesn't really need auto animate. We can just have a normal transition. And we can preview this. So we tap, we finish typing all of our search for ballet shoes. We see a bunch of results, looks great. And then we tap. Ideally, you would like swipe up here, and it kind of smooths into all of our tabs right there. So yeah, like I mentioned, just make sure if you're having troubles with putting this card kind of behind the others, make sure you come over here into your 3D transform and you can change that Z-axis to something higher. So for instance, when I change it to 2, it now comes above everything else. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so that is our little search today. Oh, you guys are talking about vanilla cherry protein drinks. Very delicious. Bruce said, saw a great show on how these shoes are made. Interesting how the revolve comes into this. The revolve. But yeah, ballet shoes, it is fascinating. I saw something recently, actually, that's what made me think of this design, is that dancers go through these shoes like once a week, which is crazy. And apparently they're really expensive too. So yeah, Ruth, it's very interesting. But there's our final design. And as always, if you want to export this as an MOV file, come over here to your preview button and just press record, and then you can start tapping around. And if you stop by pressing that button, it'll save it wherever you want as an MOV file. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop back into Behance, and now we can look at some of you guys' work from the previous days. So as always, if you do want me to feature some of your work at the end of the stream, make sure you add the keyword XD Daily Challenge. And that is if you go to your whatever project you're trying to share, and then come over here to edit, and then under settings over here on the right side, you can, there's the option for project tags, and just add XD Daily Challenge. So that way I can find your work and look through all of these. Okay, so I've got a few pulled up. Annie, always doing her designs, amazing. So this was, oh, Discover page. Wait, that's this one from today. That's so fast, amazing. Annie's on it, dang. Or was that? No, that was from yesterday. Okay, what am I thinking? It's got a search bar though, so a little similar. Okay, I feel like I missed it all. Awesome. So we used stacks yesterday for kind of stacking all of this content and rearranging things very quickly. Looks great. I love this little fox illustration up there. That's so cute. Thanks for sharing, Annie. And this one by Ilham. Ilham, you've been doing a great job too, doing almost every design, I think, during this challenge. All right, let's scroll on down and look at this prototype. So we've got, this was also the Discover page. We've got our Explore area up here, some videos. Ooh, that's a nice hover animation right there. Some hashtags. And I love these avatars you used. Those are so awesome. Great job. That was Ilham. Thanks for sharing, Ilham, if you're watching. And, oh, that's mine. But maybe we can look at one or two from Discord. So let's see. Well, since I'm here, this was one from last week. I think this was the first one. Let's take a look at this. This was the smartwatch delivery app. Ooh, that's a cool animation. See map or contact. Nice. I love that kind of animation you had at the beginning here with swiping left and right. That is cool. Got the tracking history. Awesome. Very nice. Oh gosh, that's about all the time that I have left for today, unfortunately. But don't go anywhere, because in about 5 minutes we have another stream, so stay tuned for that. But I will be back here again tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, and I'll see you guys over on Discord. Bye everyone. Have a great day.